bucks, right? Trying to trying to circumvent or okay, how about this? To rig an election, right? He doesn't like the fact that Texas, and frankly, Texas is doing. By the way, I don't know if you know this, but Texas redrawing of the and I gotta get the fellow on that can talk to this, redrawing their boundaries, right? The congressional districts was required through a lawsuit, and then on top of the lawsuit, they've got the ability / right to do it according to their constitution, right? I mean, seriously. So, again, I say, have your information together. Make sure you have a clue. All right. I love some of these stories. I don't love the fact that people are losing their jobs. I really don't. I'm sorry. This one squarely sits on the shoulders of the Democrats. And all I got to do is sign off on a 7-week continuing resolution. And the problem is what they want to put on there are long-lasting. They're longer than 7 weeks. You want these perks for your people because they're your people. You're not really talking about American citizens. But if you want the perks, real perks for your people, then fight them, fight the issues when we get down to really working on the budget. This is not a place for this kind of negotiation. And my God, if the Republicans give in on this, we're done. There'll be no reason for us to vote. For you, why? What are you guys doing? You need to stay strong. You need not to care about the few people, and I do mean the few, that start ringing the phone in your office because they're not your people anyway. Layoffs of federal employees officially began Friday as the U.S. government shutdown entered another tense phase. That's according to Trump administration budget chief Russell Vought. He confirmed the sweeping reductions in a social media post. He said the rifts have begun. The Democrats need to... No, anyway. They do need to step up. They need to fix this. As was reported last week, Donald Trump met with the Office of Management and Budget Director Russell Vought, a key architect of Project 25 blueprint. And then they keep pushing this like it's a Project 25. It's all Project 25, but I think it's hilarious. So they're determining which federal agencies, and what would be wrong with scaling down the government. It's really funny because we keep putting more people on. We get slower responses. We do better technology. We get slower responses. What is that all about? I told you, I don't remember the numbers, so I'm going to give you about numbers. I don't know if you guys remember, but when Trump left office the first time, there was a little over 40,000 cases. And he had thinned out the VA. I don't know, 80,000 people, 40, I don't know what it was. It was a horrendous amount of people that they no longer needed. Because when it was handed him, it had hundreds of thousands open cases. Trump forced them to streamline it, get this stuff done, get our veterans taken care of. And then what? Joey B comes in, and at the end of his reign of terror, he handed it back over to Trump with a little under 400,000 cases open, and he had hired tens of thousands of new VA people. Cut me some slack. Joe Messina, your host. Don't go far.
Have you ever picked up a towel set because it felt really soft in the store, but then when you go to use it, it's not very absorbent? That's why MyPillow has developed the MyPillow towels. Towels that work. The 6-piece towel set includes 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, and 2 washcloths. And right now you can receive a 6-piece set for only $39.98 with promo code USA. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special, and enter promo code USA, or call 800-951-8175. That's MyPillow.com, promo code USA.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
If you're a diabetic, we have great news. You can end the painful finger sticks with a new CGM. Plus, they may be covered by Medicare, Medicaid, or private insurance. If you test and inject daily, you may qualify. Call US Med now to learn more.
800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. That's 800-471-7065.
Take as little as 3 minutes to see if you could save on motorcycle insurance with Progressive. Come on, you've spent more time than that trying to name your bike.
How about the Crusher? I guess it's not really crushing anything. The Silver Bolt? No. Oh, what about Pepper? Mysterious. Is it a pet or a condiment? Surprise! It's a motorcycle. No, that's stupid.
Get a quote in as little as 3 minutes at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Okay, I'm talking funny because I'm in the witness protection program. I have too much credit card debt and I don't want people to find me.
Okay, I'm just kidding. We're going to talk about credit card debt. Right, those plastic things that we all have in our wallet. Are you in your 50s or 60s and you're still carrying around a mound of credit card debt? Wouldn't it be nice to start banking that money and save a little money for retirement down the road? We help people restructure their credit card debt all the time. We show people how they can get out of credit card debt in months, not years. Listen, you'll be carrying around credit card debt for the rest of your life unless you deal with it right now. We offer a free consultation so you can learn how you can finally wipe out your credit card debt and start saving money. Give us a free call right now.
Call Debt Solutions Network now. 866-451-3328. 866-451-3328. That's 866-451-3328. Do you have a story to tell? Bring your story to life with audiobooks. Great stories deserve great storytelling. Audiobook Network provides professional voice actors and full production services for every author's manuscript. From narration, production, and editing to distribution, promotion, and sales, Audiobook Network handles everything. If you have a print book, ebook, or even a manuscript, call Audiobook Network now and get our free audiobook guide. 800-734-1229. 800-734-1229.
Attention! This is a public notice from the Social Security Disability Helpline. If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, you may be eligible for disability benefits from Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right. If you suffer from physical or mental disability, whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied, we can help. We'll evaluate your situation and deal with Social Security on your behalf. Best of all, there's no fee until you receive your benefits. Remember, we only get paid if you win your case. There are many reasons and conditions that may make you eligible for disability benefits. Many of them you may not be aware of. So if you're disabled and unable to work, call now to get started with your free, no-obligation consultation.
800-362-9337. 800-362-9337. That's 800-362-9337.
Gentlemen, Ciccolini here may talk like an idiot and look like an idiot, but don't let that fool you. He really is an idiot.
It's astounding. Time is fleeting. Madness takes its toll. But listen closely.
Not for very much longer.
I've got to keep control.
We are back. Joe Bessine, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855 Real Joe. 855-732-5563. And I do, appreciate the time you're spending with us here on the air in the chat room, right? Texting, tweeting, being part of the conversation. And get your information, right? I mean, seriously. Get the information right so we can all, and I mean we can all, know that you're fighting for the right side. That you're giving real information. Seriously. All right. We got so much to get through. Right? I mean, there is so much information out there that is like flying in the face of the stuff that we stand for, that we want to stand for. But let's have some fun with California, because that's the one I have the most. I mean, here's a guy that's totally lost. Right? Totally lost. So Governor Gavin Newsom, it's always so much fun. He, on Friday, he approved a new state agency to administer restitution for descendants of slaves, a victory for black lawmakers and advocates, despite stopping short of providing cash reparations. The Democrat governor signed the legislative SB 518 5 years after forming a task force in the wake of George Floyd's murder. You want to study slavery. Okay? I mean, this is just funny, right? Again, California outlawed slavery. We didn't have slavery in this state. The ones that fought to keep slavery, the ones that fought to make it happen, were mostly the southern, plantation owners. And they were Democrats. So why are we paying for that? It's a Republican who wasn't even here, whose family didn't own slaves, family ancestor didn't own slaves. I mean, we can have a field day with this if you want to turn around and say that everybody, all white folks are guilty for the sins of the white people of old. It's just amazing. And how can you implement? Matter of fact, seriously, you want to get nasty about this? I don't want to pay a nickel to them. And you know why? Because they were given reparations after slavery. You know that whole 40 acres and a mule? Remember that? Yeah. Do you know who took that away? Do you know who stopped that? A Democrat president stopped that. So again, I say, why are we stuck? This is why they don't teach this stuff in school. Think about something. It's the majority of your teachers, the majority of your educators, the majority of your professors, and I mean the vast majority. I don't mean like 51%. I mean like 90%. Are liberals, and progressive liberals on top of that. What do you think is happening? You think they want to teach that it was their party, their group, their mindset that didn't want to free the slaves, that didn't want them to have reparations, that didn't want them to own guns? That I could go down a whole list of stuff. No, of course they don't. So they either don't teach it or they skew it. Newsom mentioned the bill during a conversation about racism on a podcast, Higher Learning, with Van Lathan and Rachel Lindsay. I saw the bill 2 days ago with the Black Caucus as it relates to creating a new office to address these systemic issues. You know, systemic racism, you know where it is? It's in the Dem Party. They're the ones that push it. They keep talking about it. They keep it alive in so many ways. So he said pushing reparation proposal across the finish line has proved challenging, especially as the post-pandemic political climate shifted rightward and the state confronted multi-billion-dollar budget deficits. Newsom himself threw cold water on the notion of writing checks to descendants of slaves. So he said, dealing with the legacy of slavery is about much more than just cash payments. Don't you love what a spin this guy's got going, right? No, really, think about it. Last year, late amendments sought by Newsom, combined with caucus, and these guys were fighting, having all kinds of fight, sank the effort to stand up to new reparations agency. Governor later vetoed a bill that would have provided redress for victims. Redress, I like how they put that. Victims of racially motivated eminent domain, noting the state lacked any agency to administer the program. So let's create more bureaucracy. Isn't it wonderful? It's just great. That's until today, right? He gave a state apology for slavery and discrimination, was the highest profile legislation the caucus had achieved. This year, Black Caucus members advancing similar legislation. They avoided labeling policies as reparations, instead calling the bill a package the road to repair. It's all about the wording, ain't it? I mean, seriously. It just, and this guy doesn't care. I know I shouldn't be doing I'm not going to do just California politics, right? So, again, you just got to pay attention to this stuff. You need to hear what's going on. Newsom doesn't care. Look, the California people voted for the death penalty twice to keep it going, right? They were okay with it. And Newsom decided he didn't like it, so he froze it. Didn't care what the people said or thought. This guy, then they passed, by big numbers, they passed like Prop 36 or 39. I can't remember what the number was, but ultimately it was to fund the incarceration of and or the making sure that criminals actually went to jail. Okay? He didn't like it. That's what he said. He didn't like it. So he won't fund it. Even though the people voted for it. This is why I keep telling you. He doesn't care what you think or what you want. Anyway. And now he's out there telling people there won't be, Trump's not going to allow any elections. Right. Yeah. Because that's always been our MO, hasn't it? Come on, you can do it. God, don't you love this? Talk about fear-mongering. They accuse us of doing this kind of stuff all the time. But who does it?
Fear. My wife said no more plants.
God.
Didn't say anything about trees. That we will not have an election in 2028. I really mean that in the core of my soul, unless we wake up.
All right, we'll play it when we come back. Joe Messina, your host. Don't go far. A lot more coming up after.
Attention homeowners. It's not if something's going to break, it's when. That's homeownership. If your dryer, your refrigerator, or your AC and heating breaks, that's an expensive call. And who do you call? Make it easy on yourself and call Choice Home Warranty. We've already done the research and have access to 25,000 technicians that can be at your home quickly. We've covered close to 2 million homes in the United States. There's a good chance your neighbors work with us. Call us right now before the next breakdown. We'll tell you everything that's covered in your home and give you the first month free with our ironclad 30-day money-back guarantee. Call now and learn how to get your free month.
800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. That's 800-378-2250.
Limitations and exclusions apply. First month free with purchase of single plan. Visit choicehomewarranty.com for more details.
Life is full of surprises. Some wonderful, some not so much. But here's one thing you can control: making sure your loved ones are protected if the unexpected happens. At easyplans.com, we make getting life insurance, well, easy. In just a few minutes, you can apply online and buy direct. No awkward phone calls, no confusing jargon, and no agent will contact you unless you request help. Just clear, affordable coverage, designed to fit your life and your budget. Fast approval, flexible plans, and unlike other online insurance sites, Easy Plans won't sell your information to others. So no endless phone calls and text messages. Whether you're just starting a family, buying a home, or thinking ahead, EasyPlans.com has you covered. EasyPlans.com. We make buying life insurance, well, easy.
America's News Update, I'm John Schaefer. As the government shutdown is in its 10th day, the first federal workers are receiving pink slips. A senior White House official confirmed that reduction in force plans have begun. The next Senate vote on funding measures isn't expected until Tuesday. The first phase of Israel's troop withdrawal from parts of Gaza is complete, according to U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff. This follows Israel's cabinet approval of a U.S.-brokered peace deal with Hamas. President Trump says all hostages are expected to be released Monday or Tuesday and plans to travel to Egypt for the formal signing. At least 19 people are missing following a massive explosion at an explosives plant about 50 miles west of Nashville, Tennessee.
The list that we have right now, we are missing 19 souls.
Humphreys County Sheriff Chris Davis confirmed there are fatalities, but did not provide an exact number. The cause of the blast is under investigation.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're going to be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PHIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code PHIL25.
And that's why yellow makes me sad, I think.
That's interesting. You know what makes me sad?
You do! Maybe we should chug on over to Mamby-Pamby land, where maybe we can find some self-confidence for you, you jackwagon!
We are back. Joe Basutti, your host. Always a pleasure having you with me. 855-JOE. 855-732. 5563. Look, get involved, get engaged, be part of the solution. And I really do appreciate the time that you're spending with us here on the air, in the chat room, texting, tweeting, just being involved, being engaged, waking up, knowing what's going on. Right? Ain't that hard? In all seriousness, it ain't that hard, is it? Anyway, like I said, 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate the time. Oh, hey, look, that would help, would it? Anyway, yeah, 855-REAL-JOE. All right. I had such great stories up here. What the heck would you go? Oh, there you go. All right. Duh. God, I'm sorry. I'm having too much fun. The deep state prosecutors in the Eastern District of Virginia, they attack U.S. Attorney Lindsay Halligan again with leaks following Letitia James' indictment. So the deep state prosecutors in the Eastern District, it's funny. I didn't know whose side they're on. No, really, again, at the purest level of the law, if, no one is above the law, and two people do the exact same thing, well, why does one get nailed and the other one doesn't? So New York Attorney Letitia James, was indicted by a federal grand jury. According to the DOJ, Letitia James was charged with 2 crimes: bank fraud and false statements to a financial institution. Now, Lindsay Halligan, the newly sworn-in interim U.S. attorney for Eastern District of Virginia, she secured the Letitia James indictment, right, by herself on Thursday. Deep state prosecutors in the Eastern District of Virginia are angry about Lindsay Halligan's successful indictments. She didn't like the fact that she was able to get indictments against James Comey and Letitia James, and they're continuing to leak to the media. Now, according to the latest leak to CNN, U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi and Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche were caught off guard when Halligan secured 2 of the count indictments against Letitia James. CNN and other lefty media outlets are now attacking Lindsay Halligan for being the only prosecutor named on the Letitia James indictment. Well, why should any others be on there? No, really, does it really matter? Ronald Reagan once said, "It's amazing how much you can get done if you're not worried about who gets the credit." And being a school board member, I find that to be extremely true. I can't tell you how many times it was my idea to do something, it was my idea to work through something, it was my idea to make something happen, and somebody else either took it and ran with it or took credit for it. I didn't get up there like a little baby going, "Oh, that's not fair, that was mine, why is he or she getting credit for that?" That doesn't make any sense. Attorney General Pam Bondi was caught off guard. Well, what does that tell you? No, seriously. Was she not in for it? Did she have a different idea about how it should go down? Gotta ask. I gotta ask anyway. Halligan, who had been running the Eastern District of Virginia for just over 2 weeks, did not coordinate with Bondi or other leaders at the Justice Department headquarters in D.C. or inform them about the timing before presenting the case to the grand jury. So a grand jury on Thursday indicted James on 2 charges of bank fraud, making the false statements. I mean, it is easy and clean. Will she go to jail? No. I'm not even so sure she'll be found guilty. No, really, on the East Coast, they hate on Trump. How quickly people forget what he did to and for New York. It's just amazing. The Justice Department's cleaning house on the deep state prosecutors in the Eastern District. Trump, again, they're going after the people who leaked this stuff. They're not interested in hearing it. Last week, another high-ranking prosecutor in the Eastern District of Virginia was fired. Last month, President Trump fired Eric Seberg as the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia because he refused to bring charges against Letitia James, Comey, Schiff, and others. Shortly after Seberg's firing, Lindsay Halligan indicted former FBI Director James Comey. Right? The Justice Department has fired high-ranking prosecutor Maya Song after top national security prosecutor Michael Ben Aray was axed. Look, these guys, now see, they're lending to the fuel that Trump is going after his enemies, right? Well, first of all, why wouldn't you? Especially if they're doing this. If they're doing the same thing you're doing, and you're having to listen to this garbage from Nancy Pelosi that nobody's above the law, and from that party in particular, what's the problem? If you're both speeding, right, you both should get tickets. Oh, yeah, right, okay, unless one's rushing to the hospital to, I don't know, to get their, check out their loved one or something. You can come up with all kinds of reasons why you were speeding. But ultimately, you were speeding, were you not? Explain it to the judge. I'm just being a little whacked here on purpose, okay? When Trump signed a documentation, the only thing that they tried to hold him up on or tried to get him for was that he lied on the mortgage applications where nobody got hurt. They got the money they wanted because he overestimated the price of Mar-a-Lago, right? And yet the banks say they all do it. Every one of the people that apply for a loan The developers like that always overbet. The bank is not stupid. They get it. They know it. But the other side of this was that was well worth much more than $18 million. A judge who probably lives in a $600,000 home, right? Living paycheck to paycheck, month to month, whatever. And all of a sudden, he's going to tell Donald Trump or any other developer for that matter what a property is worth and what he can do or not do with it. Cut me some slack. President Trump fired Eric Seabird as the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District Region because he refused. Now, you can say it was because he refused to bring charges. You don't know what the conversation was like. Right? I mean, that's what I would be sitting there saying, okay, tell me again. Give me a valid reason why. And he probably couldn't. It probably that simple. Probably couldn't. Anyway, now according to MSNBC, we have to believe them, right? Elizabeth Usey, a senior prosecutor for the who oversees criminal cases in the Norfolk office, claimed that there is no probable cause that Letitia James committed mortgage fraud. Right? Now, here's what I love. They should have asked her, from what you know, and don't tell me you didn't check it out, from what you know about Donald Trump, Donald Trump's cases, did he deserve to go through what he went through? Now, I will tell you, many legal experts, even on the left, said this was crazy and wrong. Trump's case was crazy and wrong. But nobody wanted to hear it. 855-REAL-SHOW. 855-732-5563. I mean, I just love it. And okay, here we go. There's so much going on. So many positive stories we could talk about tonight. Georgia man with severe TDS has been arrested and extradited to North Carolina after something happened, a real shocking incident. Caught on camera showed him tearing down a pro-Trump banner at a small business and then opening fire on the property owner who confronted him. According to the Swain County Sheriff's Office, 39-year-old Benjamin Michael Campbell of Atlanta is facing multiple felony charges, including assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill or inflict serious injury. Right? Discharging a firearm within an enclosure to incite fear, and willful and wanton injury to personal property for his role in the September 8th confrontation outside the Paddle Inn Rafting Company. There you go. Now, the encounter began when the business owner, Mark Thomas, noticed suspicious activity on his security camera. Thomas told the local news source that he saw a Jeep slam on his brakes outside his rafting business before a man later identified as Campbell jumped out, crossed the road, and ripped down a large Trump 2024 banner hanging on his property. Now, Thomas, watching in real time, grabbed his rifle, stepped out onto the porch, and he says he fired 2 warning shots into the air. But, we'll hit this a little bit more after the break. We're the violent ones, right? Just want to make sure we understand that. Be back in a minute.
Omaha Steaks is rewriting the book on burgers with an all-new handmade texture for the juiciest home-style burgers you've ever tasted. Their pure ground burgers are made from single cuts of real, aged Omaha steaks. These are truly steaks on a bun. Filet mignon, ribeye, New York strip, sirloin, and even brisket burgers. Now is the time to experience the exclusive Burger Perfection Flight for just $79.99. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code code TREAT at checkout to get an extra $20 off your order, plus free shipping. You'll get 4 of each Pure Ground burger, so you can sample all the steak on a bun greatness. These burgers are crafted for a juicier, more tender experience, making your mouth water with every single bite. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use promo code TREAT at checkout and get $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
Right now, you can eliminate odors, mold, mildew, bacteria, and viruses in your home with the Eden Pure Thunderstorm Air Purifier. The Eden Pure Thunderstorm uses Oxy technology that naturally sends out O3 molecules that seek out and destroy odors. The Thunderstorm doesn't mask or cover up bad smells, it eliminates them, leaving that fresh, clean smell, just like after a thunderstorm. The Thunderstorm is small, plugs right into the wall, and fits in the palm of your hand. Put one in your basement, bedroom, family room, kitchen, or anywhere you want clean, fresh air. It even includes a USB cord for your car or truck. Right now, save $200 on an Eden Pure Thunderstorm 3-pack for whole home protection. That's 3 units for under $200, a fraction of the cost compared to other air purifiers. Go to EdenPureDeals.com and use discount code USA3 to save $200. That's EdenPureDeals.com. Use USA and the number 3. Shipping is free.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're going to be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PHIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code PHIL25.
I've got a unique vacation idea for you that's right here in the United States. If you're ready for a vacation that's fun and downright affordable, listen up. It's driving distance for many of you, so no planes, no airline delays, no hassles. It's Branson, Missouri, the entertainment capital of the Midwest. Live music for everyone. Branson has 3 beautiful, enormous lakes, water attractions, live shows, great food, and tons of entertainment. It's a perfect vacation for you and your family, or if you're retired and you want to have a great time. And you can stay in Branson for as low as $99 a night. Please understand, this is not a timeshare offer. It's a real vacation for as little as $99 a night. We've got a free vacation guide we want to send you right now. All you have to do is call for complete details. Get your free Branson, Missouri guide right now by calling this number.
800-399-4215. 800-399-4215. 800-399-4215. That's 800-399-4215. You've been working hard, doing the right thing, and paying your taxes, and putting your hard-earned money in the Medicare piggy bank all your life. And now more benefits than ever. That's good news, especially if you're like me and looking forward to paying as little as possible for good health insurance. Call and find out what Medicare plan is best for you. Save your time. It's valuable. We've already done the research for you. And in one quick phone call, you can learn how to get the best Medicare plan designed exactly for you. Hey, it's one of the most important decisions in your life. Let us help you through it. Here's our number. Call 65 Plus Medicare now. 800-778-8214. 800-778-8214. That's 800-778-8214.
Last night never happened, and I'm going to marry him, and you and I are going to take this to our coffin.
I can't do that.
Why not?
I'm in love with you.
Snap out of it!
Someday, when I'm awfully
That's a great movie, by the way. As much as I dislike Cher. Yes, I do. Great voice. Great actress. Just can't stand the way she talks about this country and where they think. It's funny how they all think that if they think something is true and right, that's the way the country should be. And you're all too stupid to know better. Isn't that great? Oh, God. Anyway, we were talking about the... What were we? Oh, we were talking about the Trump derangement syndrome and how bad it is. I mean, and again, the left always says that the right is the ones that are violent. We're terrible people. We speak violence, talk violence, commit violence. I'm sorry. I haven't seen a person on the right. Now, yeah, we do have nut jobs that do that. Very few. And yet I'm watching the violence going on in Chicago and other places. It ain't the right doing it. That's number one. Number two, it isn't the right running around, and we got a whole list of people that were Democrats or that were liberals shooting at our people. Shooting at. Throwing bottles, frozen bottled water at. Now you have a Georgia man that was arrested and extradited to North Carolina after, on camera, the fool, he tore down a pro-Trump banner at a small business, and then he opened fire on the property owner. But, oh, hey. Yeah. Anyhow, according to the Swain County Sheriff's Office, the 39-year-old Benjamin Michael Campbell of Atlanta, he's facing multi-felony charges, including assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill or inflict serious injury, discharging a firearm within an enclosure to incite fear, and willful and wanton injury to personal property for his role in the September 6th confrontation outside the Paddle Inn Rafting Company. So the owner saw this Jeep go by, slam on its brakes, jerk around and start ripping down his banner. He went out there. Now, the banner was a pro-Trump banner. God forbid. I think it said 2028, Trump 2028. Thomas watched, and you realize how trolling that is? Thomas, watching in real time, grabbed his rifle, stepped out onto the porch. He says he fired 2 warning shots into the air to deter the vandal. Instead of fleeing, Campbell allegedly opened fire from the roadway. Now, why they say allegedly when they have it on film is just beyond me. I know, he has to be convicted, I guess. By the time the deputies arrived, the suspect vehicle was gone, but on September 30th, Swain County deputies coordinated with the Cobb County Police Department in Georgia to locate Campbell and arrest him. So, he's currently being held on $70,000 bond. Isn't he wonderful? Oh, God bless. You know, guys, I don't get the biggest kick out of this because I like when this stuff happens. What I get the biggest kick out of, it totally dispels the fact that we are the nasty ones. We are the mean ones. We are the ones that cause the most violence and hate. They're on a roll with it. They're on a never-ending stop to do these things. This is something they just, and they refuse to say, to speak against this, right? It's just amazing. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. CNN sticks up for Letitia James. But it's great. You know how they did that? The comment. You know how they have the little round tables all the time and what have you. CNN's Casey Hunt. She ran cover for Letitia James today. She said every American commits mortgage fraud. Right? I love it. I think it's great. And this is how they stick up, right? Every American commits mortgage fraud. I got news for you. I probably, I'll push the envelope. Let me even tell you that in a heartbeat. I just push the envelope. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to deal with it. It is what it is. Get over yourself, okay? But in all sincerity, in all reality, The majority of my friends that I know, no. They don't cheat 5 cents on their taxes. They don't cheat on those mortgage things about, income or anything else. And listen, the average Joe working 9 to 5, how are they going to cheat? Right? They got a W-2 that comes in. They got a job. You know what their current house is worth. So it's just a line of bunk to take the pressure off. Federal Housing Director Bill Polt, he wants answers after Casey Hunt suggested that every American commits mortgage fraud. Right? I mean, he said, we'll start by requesting information of the very concerning public statements of Miss Casey Hunt, that she has knowledge of individuals who are committing alleged mortgage bank fraud. If Ms. Hunt is aware of anyone committing fraud, we'll need to know. And we'll need to know now after that comment. Because then you become an accessory to mortgage fraud. They just don't get it. And that's it. I had a conversation with somebody today, and I didn't have enough time to really go through things. But it's like, okay, so who decides? I mean, who decides which laws, and don't give me that garbage that the DA has a right to decide. The prosecutor, what is it called? Prosecutorial, they just decide, right? Discretion. So, again, who decides that? We see Trump committed mortgage fraud as far as Letitia was concerned, and he should be prosecuted. And nobody lost anything. Letitia commits fraud, and the banks lose money because they gave her a smaller interest rate because she lied to them. Right? So they get less money in loaning out their money. Anyhow. Yeah, it's just an irritant. It's an irritant because they're not consistent. Okay? Now, I think I'm going to save this one. It's just, we have devolved as a species. We haven't evolved. We're not smarter, better, more enlightened. The amount of people that are approval of killing your I don't know, political enemies, if you would. What's that about? Anyway. 855 Real Show. 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged, be part of the solution. And there's some sickness. There is some real sickness going on inside of these people. That kind of hate, I don't care who you are or what you are, but that kind of hate is so unnatural. Right? Anyhow, God, go to joemessina.com, joemessina.com. Always appreciate your time with me. You send me an email, joe@joemessina.com. Let me know. Maybe you want a certain guest or a book looked at. I hate looking at books, but I get like 5, 8, 10 books a week. I ain't going to read them. I mean, send me a cheat sheet. If you're listening, send me a cheat sheet. All right. God. What the heck? No, all right, never mind. Just to show you how whacked people like Macron are. Yeah, I know. I'm all over the place. I always do that on Fridays. We're everywhere with all kinds of stories. Macron, he needs help. He just put the French crisis on repeat. So he's the ultimate political escape artist. After 7 failed French prime ministers, the choice of the 8th prime minister suggests that he might be losing, he is losing touch with reality. Former Rothschild banker has again chosen Sébastien Lecornu as PM, even though he resigned last Monday after just 27 days and a mere 17 hours after presenting his cabinet. Talk about a doom loop. This guy's amazing. Lecornu's return came as a surprise. He said that on national TV only 2 days after he was not chosen for the job, or he was not chasing the job, and his mission is over. So his mission is over, and somehow he thinks his mission is up again. Come on, guys. You have to. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. At some point in time, you have to sit there and go, what the heck is happening here? Right? No? Maybe? I'm sorry, but I do. I love this stuff. I love how crazy these people are. And then they try to tell you how bad you are and how out of touch with society and reality you are. It's mind-blowing. It's great, and it's mind-blowing at the same time. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. All right, got a surprise for you the next hour. Maybe. You'll have to go back to find out who it is. Joe Messina, your host. Don't go far. Long one coming up after.
America's News Update, I'm John Schaefer. As the